And it's Ken Kreitzer for CBSI Talking Business. We're wrapping up the Independent Bankers Association of New York State Conference in beautiful Clayton, New York. And I have a chance to talk to the CEO and president of the organization, John Witkowski, ran this event. John, great event. Just bringing people up to Clayton. It's a gorgeous spot right on the St. Lawrence River.
Yeah, as you can see right back here is my boat. No, I'm just kidding. That's not my boat. But it's a beautiful place, and the Harbor Hotels, Thousand Island Harbor Hotels, does a great job of taking care of us and our folks here. So it's a destination. It really is a destination.
Well, certainly great to hear from your chairman, Andrew Tomson, and his tour as the chairman of the organization. The economy's been good. Brian Jones, the Federal Reserve Home Loan Bank, was pretty optimistic in his remarks. Some of the other speakers, not quite so. What was your thought on the economic preview that was given at the event today?
Well, Brian's he's a very smart guy. Obviously, he's a Columbia grad, so I got to give him some credit for that. But everybody has a different view of what the economy is. The bankers look at one way. Sometimes the economists look at it the other way. It's not such a bad thing to have a conflicting overview of where things stand, but it gives you everybody a perspective on what is good, and then what they think perceived to be good, but the reality is some of the banks don't feel as optimistic as Brian does. But again, you never can tell with the economy and what's going to go on in the next 12 to 18 months. Things change pretty quickly.
And certainly the interest rates from the Federal Reserve has been a challenge for community banks, the cost of funds and margins. That was kind of a topic. What's the key in that area on the impact of interest rates?
Well, again, the key is that you got to make sure that what you're lending out to the businesses and everything else, that you can be able to get a spread in there. And when you have higher interest rates, both for the consumer and the small business owner, it makes it more difficult for them to borrow money, and makes it more difficult for them to pay off their bills and their credit cards. So we're always looking to get that interest rate to a manageable rate, and hopefully within the next 12 to 18 months, the Fed's going to reduce the rates and give the banks and consumers a chance to go out and pay their bills, and also build up their businesses. Banks want to help the communities build their businesses through loans and make sure they can prosper, their businesses can prosper. So hopefully over the next 12 to 18 months, we see a little bit of relief in that area.
Really liked your comment from one of your favorite speakers, Geoff Marsco, about the best defense for a bank is a relationship with a customer. Know personally your top 200 customers of a branch. I thought that was an excellent point by Geoff Marsco.
Well, relationships with the community banks are always key, and I guess with any banking institution, it's key. But what you want to do is you want to find ways to strengthen those relationships. So we try to bring in different ideas, even from the outside, just to say, hey, this is an opportunity to call your customers, opportunity to call your cousin, give them something else to grab onto. Because the more products and services you can have with your customers, the better off you are. Strengthening relationships is key. Obviously, you want long-term relationships.
And talk on AI at the conclusion of your program, its impact, opportunities, challenges from Saroop, Bharwani. How did you take that? It seems like the banks are concerned, but as we've seen in the industry in a lot of fields, everybody needs to be aware of what the capabilities are, because someone's going to use it.
Well, Saroop, I'm glad Saroop came along, because I asked him to be very specific about the pluses and minuses of AI, and certainly for the banking world and the financial institutions. I think he did a nice job of covering it all today. But there's things you could use with AI that make life easier at the banking, whether it's marketing or maybe little strategic ideas or something. Whatever you put in, you'll get some good information out based on all the data that they've collected in AI. The problem is there's a lot of fraud associated with it. Voiceovers and trying to get people to or just copying people's voices and calling up and seeing what you could do with fraudulent activity is something I'm more concerned about. And that's why I wanted them to touch on both the positive and negatives of what AI and ChatGPT can do.
Absolutely. And John Witkowski, tell us a little bit, what do you have planned for the balance of the year?
Oh, gosh, our fiscal year ends at October 31. So we have a couple other webinars coming up with Nucleus, talking a little bit about management of your portfolio and maybe a a little BOLI talk for bank-owned life insurance talk with them. And then we have ALM, which is we have a one-day seminar out in Syracuse with ALM, which is talking about more of risk management, credit risk, and things along those lines, portfolio. And then after that, we have a directors conference with the FDIC. They put on a directors college that they do. And then from there, we're going to end our fiscal year October 31. I want to thank Anders for all the work that he's done for us over the past year, and welcome in Steve Woodard, who's our new chairman, coming in from Alden State Bank.
Absolutely. And John Witkowski, the president and CEO of the Independent Bankers Association of New York State. Great to work with you. Thank you for the invitation to be here and help tell the story of community banking.
Well, we're looking forward to working with you, Ken, CBSI, and Chubb on some of the initiatives we have going on there as well. And hopefully we can partner up and get some of the banks interested in working with us on that. And again, thank you for covering our events.
Well, we certainly enjoy it, and certainly it's great to be up here and be introduced to a beautiful area of New York State on the St. Lawrence River, Clayton, New York. John Witkowski, thank you, and we'll look forward to doing another talk very soon. This is Ken Kreitzer for CBSI Talking Business.